why I think Northanger Abbey is so much better than Pride and Prejudice. First, it's a lot better book. All through the book, there are many places where it's just almost slapstick. The proposal by Thorpe to Katherine is a masterpiece of confusion. Second, Mr. Tilney and Katherine do have a lot more in common. They have some books, like everything. It's a lot more commonality than Elizabeth Bennet has with Mr. Darcy. Mr. Darcy does not like anything Mr. Bennet likes, and Miss Bennet is not much having to do with things for Mr. Darcy. They do have sort of intellectual aspects of their lives, but it's not the main thing in their lives. Mr. Darcy lets Miss Bennet, Elizabeth Bennet, very few times, and she said he's very literate. It's not a big deal like for her. For him, it's just confusion of a pretty girl, and that's all he's received of her. I think this is a very good thing for getting married life with. There's just a weird thing about Mr. Darcy being so obscenely rich. £10,000 a year. What's the how percent? 100%. It's a fantastically rich person, and Elizabeth Bennet is very, very poor. Her income, after her father dies, is £40 a year, versus his £10,000 a year. There's no way they have any commonality in Georgian England. It's like a person, it's almost this kind of thing. Mr. Tilney is a not poor but not rich clergyman. His father bought himself to living nearby his house, but the most money is to go to the other son, who, quite frankly, in the buildings in Northanger Abbey is not married yet, and he's an officer in the army in a time of war. So there's a possibility that Katherine might be a wealthy person after the book is over because of the high casualty rates of the officers during the wars, but it's not guaranteed. She's just living with the poor, with a not rich, not poor clergyman the rest of her life. So it makes a lot more sense marriage-wise that she should be this poor, almost poor but not quite. Should marry this almost poor but not quite clergyman and have a nice marriage. Mr. Tilney has a lot of in common with Katherine. He has a lot of fun with her. Also, the case of Northanger Abbey is a lot more growth in between the characters. In Pride and Prejudice, there's no growth at all. It's just that there she is. This is what there she is. But in Northanger Abbey, she grows very quickly in her understanding. She starts out very naive and kind of silly, but the whole time she's very smart, but doesn't know a lot. And in the book, she knows a whole lot more, and she's a lot more wise. So, Northanger Abbey is a better book altogether because it explores the growth of the character. So, for all these reasons, I think Northanger Abbey is a lot better book. And a fun book. A lot funnier book. And the reason I know that Prejudice is because of the obscene level of income that she marries into. £40 for £10,000. I don't think it's makes much sense. So anyway, I think Northanger books are both very good books, fun books to read, and Northanger Abbey has funnier scenes in the book. I have to repeat again that the proposal of Mr. Thorpe to Katherine is so riotly funny, and I just think it's a very good book to begin with, and Pride and Prejudice is almost a good book.